Hi everyone, welcome to the Recovery channel. My name is Toski. In today's video, I want to talk about how gambling addiction is quietly destroying your mental health. And before I start, if you have not subscribed to this channel, if you have not subscribed to the Recovery channel, please press the subscribe button. Subscribe to this channel and also like this video so that YouTube algorithm can take this video to those that would like to watch and learn. Now, without wasting much time, let's get into it. If you have ever been addicted to gambling, or you are watching this video and you have not been addicted to gambling before, what I'm going to say right now is going to make sense to you either way. In the life of any gambling addict, in the life of somebody that has been addicted to gambling, there comes a time that the person has lost so much money, and then sometimes the person will be crying and feeling disappointed in himself, the anxiety, maybe because he borrowed money from somebody or he took money from his workplace to gamble. And at the end of the day, this person loses all this money. And after losing all this money, after a couple of hours or a couple of days, the person reassures himself that he's going to recover all his money back. That he's going to recover all his money, all the money that he has lost. And that makes him to, start looking for money to place his next bet, to try to double the money and recover all what he has lost. And the funny thing is that even if you lost 1 million naira, you try to recover that 1 million naira, you are going to lose 2 million naira. You try to recover 2 million naira, you are losing 4 million naira. And the cycle keeps going on and on. And that is like living in a fool's paradise. Living in a fool's paradise in the sense that you know what is wrong, you know what you are doing is bad, but you keep on doing it without having a second thought. Even when it is destroying your life, you keep on gambling. So that is living in a fool's paradise. So in this video, I'm going to tell you 6 ways in which gambling addiction is quietly destroying your mental health. Now, the very first point on how gambling addiction is quietly destroying your mental health is the illusion of control. The illusion of control. You think you are in control of the game. You think you can stop anytime you want to stop. And that usually starts at the beginning of your gambling addiction journey. When you just started gambling for the first time, maybe the first couple of weeks, the first couple of months, you reassure yourself that you can stop anytime you want to. Not knowing that this thing is like a drug addiction. Gambling addiction is like drug addiction. And most of the times, when you are making this decision, you don't know that there's an addiction that comes with gambling. So you give yourself this illusion that, oh, you can stop anytime you want to, let me keep on playing. And you keep on, going to casino, using your phone to play aviator and visual betting, using your phone to play sports betting, and you keep losing your money and you keep trying to recover this money. And at the same time, you are reassuring yourself that you are going to stop anytime you want to. Not until you keep on gambling and then you get addicted to gambling and then you cannot stop. You try so hard to stop, but you cannot. So that is the first point. The illusion of self-control. You think you are in control. You think you know what it takes to win the game. You think you can beat the system. You are so confident in yourself that, oh, Manchester United is playing Real Madrid, and you are sure that Real Madrid is going to win. You have that self-belief. You have that, that confidence that Real Madrid is going to win, and then you put in your money, and at the end of the day, you lose everything. Illusion of control. You are never in control of gambling. Once you put in your money there, you are no longer in control. Once you put in your money in any form of gambling activities, you are no longer in control. The second point that proves that gambling addiction is quietly destroying your mental health is anxiety and restlessness. You become anxious every time, you become restless, you can no longer concentrate in your work. The gambling addiction affects your work and you can't concentrate. Any little time you have in your workplace, you want to look at quotes, you want to look at how you can double up the money that is with you, that is in your bank account. You are looking at games to play. Instead of concentrating on work, you are thinking of your next bet. And that slowly destroys your mental health. And at the end of the day, once your boss in the office, once your co-workers notice that you are always on your phone, you're always gambling, They will start complaining about you, and at the end of the day, most likely you are going to lose that job, because nobody wants to employ somebody that only sits on his phone and look for games to play. It's better to go home and sit and play whatever games you want to play with your phone. You gamble in whatever way you want to gamble. You have all day. They will retire you, they will sack you, so that you can go home and gamble as much as you want. Nobody wants to employ a gambling addict in his company, because they know that you will never concentrate on your work. So restlessness and anxiety. You cannot sleep. You cannot sleep at night. At night you are looking at games to play, late night games to play. At night you are thinking of the next game that you are going to play. So you become restless, and once that restlessness comes in, it gradually affects your mental health. It gradually affects your mental health. Now, the number 3 point that proves that gambling addiction is quietly destroying your mental health is depression and emotional numbness. You become depressed because of gambling addiction. You become depressed. You stay indoors. You stay indoors, and nothing really makes sense to you. The outside world becomes quiet. When people are going out to enjoy outdoor, to enjoy themselves, when others are going out for an occasion, wedding, going out to church, you tend to stay indoors. You tend to, the feeling is not there again, because you are depressed. Depression setting, and all you want to do is to lie on your bed and never wake up. You just want to lie down. If you just find little food to eat, you go back to bed. And as a young man, as a young lady, you can't continue like this, because that is the easiest route to poverty. Once depression sets in, you can't do any other thing for yourself. And this depression is the reason why people commit suicide. This depression is the reason why people commit suicide. A lot of people have committed suicide because of depression caused by gambling addiction. Maybe you borrowed money from somebody to gamble, and then you lost the money and you become depressed. Maybe your salary, maybe the little money you wanted to use to invest in your business, you use it to gamble, and then you lose everything. And once you lose everything, the depression sets in, and the next thing is suicide. That is how gambling addiction quietly destroys your mental health. Now, the number 4 point that proves that gambling addiction is quietly destroying your mental health is you become a professional liar. Lies and double life. Because you don't want your family to know that you are having a gambling addiction problem. You don't want them to know how much you have lost because of gambling addiction. So you tend to lie about your finances. You hide your finances from your wife. And once you start hiding your finances from your wife, that marriage is just sitting on one leg. It's standing on one leg, Once you start hiding your finances from your wife, that relationship, that marriage is standing on one leg. Because definitely there will be a problem in that marriage. You become a professional liar. You begin to lie to people. You begin to lie to people so that you can borrow money from them to feed your gambling addiction. You become a professional liar. You lie to your friends, you lie to your family, you lie to your colleague to try and borrow money from them. You start lying about, I'm having financial issue, I'm doing this, I'm that, just so that you can get money from people. You live a double life. You are no longer the person you used to be. People always knew you as a rich guy. People always knew you as somebody that is financially stable. That's the picture that the outside world sees you. But within yourself, you know that you are no longer the person you used to be. You are living a double life. What people knew you as is not what you are now. All because of gambling addiction. And that affects your mental health. That eats into your mental health. So I don't know if I'm making sense to you right now. I don't know if I'm making sense so far. But that is just how it is. That is how gambling addiction quietly destroys your mental health. Now, the number 5 points that proves that gambling addiction is quietly destroying your mental health is self-blame and isolation. You begin to isolate yourself from your friends, your family, because you are no longer the person you used to be. You begin to blame yourself. You begin to blame yourself. And as a gambling addict, you have to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for all what you have done to yourself. The money that you have lost, you have to forgive yourself. The relationship that you have lost because of gambling addiction, you have to forgive yourself on that. You have to forgive yourself on so many things. Stop blaming yourself, because that affects your mental health and it leads to depression. And depression leads to suicide. And you wouldn't like that to happen to you or anyone that you know. So please forgive yourself. If you know anybody that has been addicted to gambling, tell the person to forgive himself. Forgiving yourself is in fact the first thing you need to do in your recovery journey. Forgive yourself. Accept that you have lost that money. Let it go. Let it go. You have lost 10 million naira. Let it go. Don't pursue the losses. Don't chase the losses. Let it go. That is the only time you can have true freedom and happiness. If you want to chase your losses, you keep losing more money. So forgive yourself. Don't blame yourself. And at this point in your life, it's time to start living a social life. Those friends that you have lost, those family that you have cut ties with because of your addiction, that lifestyle, once in a while you used to take yourself out, I'm sure. You used to take yourself out for a treat. You have to start taking yourself out for a treat. You have to start enjoying your life and living your normal life. Forget about gambling. I think this number 5 point is very important. Forgive yourself. Forget about the losses. Stop chasing the losses. The number 6 point that proves that gambling addiction is quietly destroying your mental health is that you start having mood swing. You start having mood swing. You start getting angry unnecessarily. Everything will vex you. Everything. Somebody will not say A with you, you're already angry. You are not actually angry because that person is saying that to you. You are angry because of your losses, because you have lost so much money. You are not happy with yourself. You don't have peace within yourself. And that affects your mental health. That affects you emotionally. You start having problems with your partner. Unnecessary fight in the house because of what? Not because your partner is making you angry, it's because of your addiction. You'll be having mood swing. Anything that vex you. So let me go back to the number 5 point. Forgive yourself. Once you start forgiving yourself, mood swing will no longer be there. Mood swing will no longer be there because you are no longer angry with yourself. So imagine when somebody offends you. When the person tells you, I'm sorry, that calms you down, right? But now, in this case, someone is not actually telling you, I'm sorry. You are the one that is apologizing to your own self. So you have to apologize to yourself so that you can tame down your depression, you can tame down your anger. So the only way you can do that is to forgive yourself. And once you forgive yourself, the mood swing will go away. So I've just made these 6 points and I hope I've made sense to you. If this video makes sense to you, just press the subscribe button and also like this video so that YouTube algorithm can take this video to those that would like to watch this video and learn. My name is Toski and this is the Recovery Channel. See you in my next video. Bye.